Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Python for Beginners by Beginner. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you kind of do some very basic, simple projects because I think the key to learning Python is all about practice, practice, practice. Once you learn something, you grasp it, use it over and over again into as many different operations as you think you can, and little codes that you can do to help either make your life easier, more fun. But at the end of the day, it's just about getting the practice for it. So hopefully by now you have an IDE, which is what we will write our code in. If you do not, I highly suggest PyCharm by JetBrains. Get in the community edition. It's completely free, and that's what we'll be using today. So I'm loading up PyCharm, and I've already got a main window started because I do use it all the time. And also, hopefully, you know the number one coding output to use when you're first starting, which is print world, or which is print hello world. If you're unaware how to do that, we'll just do it real quickly. So it's basically calling the print function just like this. And once you call the print function, you'll put in apostrophes and then quotes. Type in hello world. Add a little apostrophe right there if you want to. And then you're going to right click at the top here on main and hit run main. You can also hit Control Shift F10, or you can hit this button right there. Oops, that's the wrong one. Haha, I gotta switch it first. Main. Hello world. There it is. Okay, so that's the basic print function when it comes to Python. So, like I told you, what we're going to do is we're going to use kind of the basics of Python script writing or coding and start getting it to do things that we want to do that's fun, but it's all about getting that repetition in, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import random from the random library, right? So type that in. Once that's in there, boom. Hopefully you already have it inside this. Hopefully you already have Python installed on your PC. Excuse me. If you already have it installed, it does have a lot of the libraries that it comes with that are needed that we'll be using. So now let's move on. So we're going to import random, and what we're going to do is if we want to write a comment to anyone that will read our code, we have to use hash symbols, right? So just put in two hash symbols, and we'll do heads or tails. Okay. All right, that's a comment that will not interfere with the code in any way. That is only for anyone that is reading your code to understand what's going on. Okay. So what we will do here, the next step is we're going to go ahead and start defining some things, right? So let's say heads. Heads is defined or not equal to, but assigned to. Remember that equal symbol is not mean equals. It means assigned to. Okay. Heads is assigned to, put our little apostrophes in there, quotes. It's assigned to heads. All right. Tails. What do you think tails is going to be assigned to? Easy, right? Tails. Okay. Our coin is going to be assigned to, what do you think? It's going to be assigned to heads and tails. Now, it's really important that we don't give it a quote. We're using this heads and this tails, okay? So we're going to put our apostrophes in there, and then we're going to do heads, tails, okay? All right, so now we're going to call something called a flip. It's going to be assigned to the random dot choice. That's very important. Random dot choice tells the computer to choose randomly. So random dot choice of the coin. And what we're going to want to do right here is we are going to want it to print. What do we want it to tell us? We want it to tell us the flip because we want to know the random choice of the coin, right? So we're going to tell it to print flip on main. Boom. There it is, heads. Run it again. Heads. And again, tails. Easy, right? Let's add some things in here. So now, let's say we want to say name is assigned to input. So the input is whatever someone types in. So here's where you can ask them a question. The input of quotes, what is your name? Okay. Now what we're going to do is, you see how we got print flip? We don't want it to print flip anymore. Not right now. We're also going to say print hello, and then name. But whatever name we tell it, that's what it's going to print. Okay. Now we're going to go here, and we are going to say print quote. Oops. Actually, we'll take out the quote. We'll say print, and we will do name the coin flip shows what do we want to say? Flip. Right. Now let's see what happens. Where's your name? Steve. Hello, Steve. Steve, the coin flip shows tails. You see how we have these extra spaces in here? If you ever seen that you've got some weird spaces in there, you just go into here and say, okay, our space is between that and there. So we will back that up a little bit. And then between Steve, hello, Steve, we got some weird spaces. So we can actually just back that up. Now let's run that again. Where's your name? Hello, Steve. Steve, the coin flip shows heads. Still have a little bit of a weird space there from the coin flip, so we'll do that. Let's try it again. Where's your name? Steve. Hello, Steve. The Steve coin flip shows tails. There you go. Very, very basic use of random.choice, importing random, and a basic heads and tails coin flip game. Real easy. Let's try something else here. We're going to go to new scratch file, Python. Okay. So now that we learned that, do you think we can pick a random number? Let's do this. Numbers. Oops, I got to spell it right first. Number is assigned to. Now, these, see how those are different right there? These right there, the square brackets, are telling you it's going to be in a list. If you were to use these, it means dictionary. We can get into that much later, but right now let's just start with list, right? So I'll go with 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm doing something all wrong here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What do we forget to do so far? Import random. So let's import random. Perfect. Okay. Now we want to say pick is assigned to random dot choice number. All right. Print. All right. Let's see what happens. 5. Okay. 5. 7. 7. 2. 1. 9. Look at that. So those are some just basic things that you can use. Now, remember, you can make this anything. So let's just say that you're a football fan. So let's go with Titans, who's my number one team, right? So I'm going to use quotes there. Titans. Let's go with Raiders. Okay? Let's have the computer pick who they think is going to win the game. See how I have as a number? So we can change this to team. Change that to team. Pick the Raiders. I don't like this computer. Titans. There we go. That's how we do it. Titans again. All right. All right. Let's do one even more. So, in case you don't know, I mean, I've spent probably about 16 years of my life in the wrestling business. I was a professional wrestler. So let's just say we want to pick wrestlers. We can do that, right? So who's everyone talking about right now? John Cena or Roman Reigns. Who's the computer thinks going to win? We'll just, for right now, we'll just leave it as team. John Cena. John Cena again. Roman Reigns. So there you have it. I mean, those are just some real basic things that we can do. Again, this is just the very first video, but I'm trying to teach you how to use these things and build that repetition up over and over again. So in my next video, we'll build a little bit more on the coin flip. So get that built, get that made. And then on the next video, we'll just add to it. And we'll probably do the same thing with the random choice picker that we had for like John Cena and the football teams. And we'll play around with those some more. Hopefully you found this video useful and it helps you kind of have a better understanding. I would really appreciate as I'm trying to get started. Please help like, share, subscribe, do what you can do to help me out here. Thank you again for everyone's support, and we will keep this thing rolling.